All right, hello first grade and first grade parents. This video is for Thursday, April 9th, 2020. And I am going to go over today our reading in this video. I'm going to make a separate video for math. So the reading focus today is sheep in a Jeep and our EA and EE word search. So this, the word search, self-explanatory. I'm just going to give you some other activities that you can do at home and kind of go over the sheep in a Jeep. So when I made the first decodable, when I did the first decodable page, I didn't have this printed out yet. So today I'm going to go over this, some things that you can do. I mentioned the highlighting. So if you are looking at the highlighting, this is what I mean with that. Get a crayon, have them go through and highlight all the times that they see the EE. That way that is training their brain that when they see EE, it's going together to make one long E sound. Because again, without that, the kids may be trying to sound it out like this, sh, sh, and then they're not going to get it. So they need to know that EE is always a pair, that's a digraph, and that is going together to make that sound. Also under our ELA playlist, I posted a Jack Hartman video that has when two vowels go walking, and it has a lot of the EA and EE sounds. So again, I mentioned before that when you have the comprehension questions with a cold read, which is a new read, I always read these to the kids first, just so that their brain is ready to answer those questions when they're done. With writing the answers, I always have the kids spell on their own. That's our kid writing. You can go back over it with adult writing, but then that way they're really pulling from their spelling knowledge, their phonics knowledge to get their thoughts out. Okay, so looking at our EA and EE sounds, these are tough because both digraphs make the same sound, of course. So you'll notice that when kids are writing, sometimes they're going to mix up when to use the EA and the EE. Right now, we're not so worried about that as long as they know that it's one of those two digraphs. So I'm just going to show you a quick word web, a word ladder, and then another strategy that you may have lying around, and you can use this. So with our word webs, we're going to look at EE, and you can just really start having them put in any rhyming words. So if they're a little bit stocky, you might start with treat. How would you spell treat? And they should be able to tell you that's a TR at the beginning. And you may have to tell them treat is EA, not EE, because they don't just know that right now. That just takes a while of memorizing those words. And then ask them, what do you hear at the end? Treat, of course, a T. And you can go through, I'm just going to give you some words that you can use with them. So the next one would be mean. That's an EA word. So again, the kids may go, in. M, we know it's EA, making that E, N, N. I'm going to give you beat and heat. Now again, you can add your own words, have them do more, that's up to you. The EE words I'm going to give you are feed, seed, as kind of an extension activity. If they get feed and that was real easy for them, ask them if they can make the word feeding and see if they can get that ending sound. If they have seed, you can ask them to write seeds or seedling. So that's a way that if they're doing very well with that small word, you can always add an ending to the word and make it a little bit more challenging. With our word ladders, again, how you do these if you didn't watch the other video, you have them start with a word. When you're telling them, you of course do not give them the spelling, you see if they can. The only thing that you're going to have to give them is this part, because they're not going to know if it's EA or EE. So let's start with, and I didn't even realize I wrote this here. Oh my goodness. Let's start with beat here. Okay, and you're going to say, in the word beat, sound that out. They will go eat. And you're going to tell them, take off the ba. I always say throw it out the window and grab. What new word do we make? Eat. Heat. All right, can you write it? And again, having them box up that middle part trains their brains that this is the EA sound. It's always together. All right, in the word heat, take off the and grab tra. What new word did you make? Eat. Okay, and then sometimes I just have to start a whole new sound if it doesn't line up. So next I'm going to give them lean. And I'm going to tell them if we have the word lean and we take off the l and put what new word? Mean. Okay, and you can keep going down with words like clean, anything like that. Over here we have feed. I'm just going to give you a few words that you can use. So you can take off the beginning sound and make it seed. Again, if it's easy for them, you can then have them do seed, seedling. Oh my, let me rewrite that. You can have them do seedling, and so on. One fun way that they can do this is to grab an old baking pan or baking sheet. And you can see mine. I wouldn't use this for cooking anymore because it's rusty, but you can certainly use it for the words. And what you can start with when you're doing this is, tell them we're going to start with that EA sound. So just have them put that down there and ask them to build the word mean. So, good. Once they build that, tell them they can take off the in mean and make it clean. And so on. So they can build the words with the magnetic letters. If you don't have these, I'm not suggesting you go out and get them, but I am saying you could add them to a Walmart order if you feel like you need them or something. But this is just a fun way to practice those words at home. All right, have a good Thursday.